This is Deontay the Bronze Bummer Wilder, heavyweight champion of the world, and you're watching Real Fans, Real Talk.
Live from the can.
This is Real Fans, Real Talk. Real fans, real talk, we as real as you thought. Real fans, real talk, we the illest of course. Real fans, real talk, we the illest on court. Real fans, real talk, we as real as you thought. Real fans, real talk, reporting live from the cam. High in demand, so please stand by if you can. What we got is worth a lot, so put a tie in your plans. On court, talking sports through the eyes of the fans. With Trip Young, Emerald Marie, Eric Sanchez. You heard what I said, we elite. Check the latest topics and stay ahead of the beat. Keep us in your topics and we ahead of the streets.
It's Johnny Floss, bringing a different type of blend. Backing up Misfit to make sure y'all tuned in. You gotta watch, this show is one of a kind. Updates on your TV screen from 8 to 9. For the older folks, so even if you younger, no matter what sport, this show, we got it covered. It's filmed live in the middle of BK, so ain't no better sports show to watch on.
Another live episode of Real Fans, Real Talk. Oh man, we had a good Thanksgiving. I know I had a good Thanksgiving, fellas. You had a good Thanksgiving.
I had an amazing Thanksgiving. I still, man.
Leftovers is hitting.
No. At this point, you gotta throw them leftovers away.
Not now. But I'm just saying. I think Plies told everybody when the leftovers
Right.
was supposed to go.
I'm glad you said it. I was gonna say Plies set the schedule.
Yeah.
If you still eating them leftovers,
Not now.
you lucky to be alive.
Somebody gonna be in the hospital if
Yeah.
you still eating leftovers at this point. But we got a whole lot to get into, man. 2 weeks, man. A lot of stuff went down, and we got a busy day today. We're gonna be playing a lot of musical chairs. We got some family in the building right now. We brought our folks in from the Hot Seat podcast. Nestar, what's going on, man?
Chilling, everything's good, man.
Glad to have you. We went up there, and myself and Legend of Two Games, we went to talk our stuff. So we had to bring them on the live show to talk some sports.
We've been waiting to get Nestor on. We appreciate it. No, seriously, because you shared your platform with us, and we greatly appreciate it. Now you on this side, and I'm gonna give you your credit, because you probably were the only Buffalo Bills fan I knew before the season. And now that they rolling, there's some people trying to jump on that bandwagon.
Of course.
But you were there already. But I got to ask you, because I saw you at a game recently.
Mm-hmm.
Did you throw anybody through a table? Because I know that's a Buffalo Bills tradition. They like throwing each other through the tables and all that.
Nah, I don't go that far, but
Not that crazy.
Yeah, I do the tailgating, but not the throwing through the tables and stuff.
Were you a Bills fan when Jim Kelly was out
Yeah.
there stinking it up in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I used to live in Buffalo. I used to live in Buffalo at one point.
Oh, okay, so that must have been real rough for you then.
Yeah, real rough.
Deal with that. You probably don't like the Cowgirls, do you?
No.
That probably was, that made you feel good. Getting that,
definitely.
Win. Okay.
Yeah.
It made me feel good too. It's more of a just because I just can't stand Skip Bayless the way he be, just.
Well, I mean, it's different for you because that's rivalry. Giant fan, Cowboys, y'all been going at it for decades. So your season's over. You want their season to be over.
Well, you know what? I don't even mind so much I'm more of a Eagles hater than the Cowgirls. I just it's just fun for me just calling them the Cowgirls.
I understand.
And I like Zeke. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have the hatred, but it just when you got those fans that like just the blind,
naive, just delusional fans.
Those fans annoy me to the point where it's just like you make me want your team to lose, and I don't even have an issue. There's not even a team where I'll be like I can't stand them, but just to hear you is just sickening. And I'm just like, nah, I want them to lose. So I was happy that they took that loss.
Yeah. Really, like back on that point, Buffalo. So they've had a really good season this year.
Mm-hmm.
You guys played the Patriots really tough the first time.
Right.
You guys got a big game coming up now with Baltimore.
Right.
What are your thoughts and projections on what you think the rest of the season plays out? There's 4 weeks left. You guys right now are holding on to a wild card spot.
Yeah.
1 game out of the division lead with another game with the Patriots.
Right.
But before you answer that, let me amend that question a little bit. After they take the loss to Baltimore, then what's going to go down for the rest of the season?
I have a sneaky feeling they might beat Baltimore.
Don't get that out your head.
Hey,
get that out your head right now.
Football is any given Sunday.
Absolutely.
It is.
So, I mean...
You know what? I should have worn my Ravens hat because I don't like where this is going right now.
No, but I'm saying it's been a really good year. This is almost a coming out party for Josh Allen. Yeah. There are a lot of people who didn't know about his athleticism.
Yeah.
Granted, he's not the most accurate quarterback.
Yeah.
But going into last week, he led all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting together a very good season where he's probably going to finish with close to about 3,500 yards passing and almost 1,000 yards rushing, which is going to get overlooked because their defense is so good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say, like, how sneaky do you think this team can be going into the playoffs? Like, how close are they, you think, to being a legitimate contender?
I don't think they're there yet. I think they're 9-3 because they had a soft schedule in the beginning. They played a lot of teams that weren't that good.
Patriots.
Yeah, I mean,
But this why I like Nestar.
they play tough against the Patriots, but I think they might be one and done in playoffs.
They had that same kind of soft schedule
right.
to start the season.
Yeah, it seemed like the Patriots, right?
Yeah,
got you. But I think they might be one and done in the playoffs. I don't think they're there yet, but they're growing. I like what Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane has created in Buffalo. Normally, we had coaches like Rex Ryan and a couple other guys who 1 or 2 seasons and they were gone.
Right.
These guys, they're in for the long haul. You know.
See, he's not no naive fan.
No,
He's not a naive fan.
And I agree. I think that defensively, I think they're ready.
Yeah.
if it was just based on the defensive side of the football, yeah, I think they could compete with anybody. But offensively, as great as Josh Allen's been playing, he doesn't have the pieces on the offensive side. He doesn't have that big game wide receiver, the big threat, running back, tight end, anything out there.
Right.
So I think that if they can get him some pieces, next season, maybe through the draft or free agency, whatever, I think they'll be okay. But right now the defense is there. The offense has to play catch up.
Yeah, I was just about to say that as well. It's like our defense is always going to be there, and it all depends on how Josh Allen plays. Because there's some games you see
shaky,
shaky. He fumbles the ball, he overthrows his wide receivers, bad passes. So
if he
plays well,
he has to play a perfect game.
I agree.
In order for them to move on in the playoffs, and I think it's like right now. I want to kind of like a Alex Smith type situation in Kansas City, where it's you don't turn over the football, and they have a defense that can kind of carry them if you don't turn over the football.
Right.
But it's just that the teams that they're gonna play coming into the playoffs are elite on both sides of the football. I mean, I don't know. I don't. New England is not elite on both sides of the football right now. However, in the playoffs, Tom Brady is just that Brady magic,
right?
And they're gonna have, whether or not the championship game goes through Foxborough, they're gonna have a home game.
Yeah.
And if Tom Brady and Foxborough in the playoffs, it's hard to bet against that.
Yeah, I think that what I like about this Buffalo team, and I agree, I think they're still raw. But there's a lot of talent and there's some really good coaching there. When they cut Shady McCoy before the season, a lot of people wondered what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to cut a guy of that caliber and still have this type of season speaks to the talent and the coaching that's there.
Yeah.
That's what I like about them. I also like there's a little bit of experience here. Not a lot, but remember this team was in the playoffs 2 years ago. Right? And they lost that game to Jacksonville. Everybody remembers the run Jacksonville went on going to the AFC Championship game. Buffalo could have beat them if they had some just decent offense in that game.
Right.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor never got anything going. I think Shady was coming back off an injury, so they didn't really have much going on.
Right.
But that's what I like about this team. Josh Allen can make some plays, and what I saw with them against Dallas was that he's not scared of the moment. That was their first real primetime game.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, everybody's paying attention. It was the 4:00 game, so everybody's around the TV to see what's going on. Dallas was desperate, and they went in there and they handled Dallas like it wasn't even a game. So I think they could be sneaky in the playoffs. It's going to be about matchups. Granted, if they got to go to Arrowhead, that's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
But if they get a situation where they've got to play whoever comes out of the AFC South, Texans, Titans, Colts, right, that might be a situation where you could still win. As a Colts fan, I'm not confident in anything we're doing right now because we're so banged up. I damn sure wouldn't trust Ryan Tannehill in a playoff game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as good as Deshaun Watson is, right? I mean, if Tannehill's playing, I think I'm rooting for whoever's going against them.
Yeah.
And as good as Deshaun and Hopkins are, their offensive line still struggles.
Right.
They still can't run the ball. That's a situation where Buffalo, against any one of those three teams in a playoff matchup, could steal that game.
Yeah. You catch them on a bad day, and that anybody's football game.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you might have the line that played against the Patriots defense last week and was able to hold off that defense, or you might get the one where Deshaun Watson getting sacked 6 times in the game, and Buffalo has the defense that can get to him. So it depending on who they play, they might actually be able to
I think that's the one. If you guys get somebody out of that AFC South, I can see Buffalo putting a lot of pressure on their quarterback. Turn it into a shorter game where it's like, all right, our defense is controlling it. We're going to run the ball. We don't ask Josh Allen to throw this ball more than 20 times this whole game. And we find a way to just get out of here with a victory.
And he cannot turn over
the
football.
Right. He just got to play a clean game.
How do you guys feel about Devin Singletary? You like him?
I like him. He got off to a slow start this year. Tripp and I, we always talk about fantasy running backs. He was one of the guys I was paying attention to. I like him. I really like that like I said, he got off to a slow start, but because Frank Gore was kind of the security blanket for him.
Right.
But I think he's got a lot of potential there. But it's really about Josh Allen. As Tripp mentioned earlier, if you guys can find a way to get him a tight end, that's going to be the key. Get him a tight end.
Yep. Yeah.
Then find him a receiver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of build it that way where it's like, we don't need you to throw for 300 yards. This defense is good enough to keep us in every game we play.
Yeah.
But what we need you to do is convert some third downs, get us some points when we're in the red zone, and play a clean game.
Yeah.
Early on in Cam Newton's career, not to compare the two, not saying Josh Allen is Cam Newton, but early on when they got Greg Olsen, we saw how that changed Cam's trajectory as a quarterback. It became a lot easier now to run the ball, throw the ball to the tight end, and play a safer game. And if you get that for Josh Allen with that defense, Ed Oliver's one of my favorite guys. We talked about it on the draft. Yeah, Ed Oliver, and you guys have him. I think you guys have a great defense.
Look what the tight end did for Alex Smith. That turned his whole career around. They were doing well without him having a passing touchdown to any wide receivers for a whole year. Just him in the tight end. So I think if they kind of go in with that mentality, and I agree with that 100%. Get him a tight end because what he needs right now at this point in his career is he needs security blankets.
Right.
And I think that going back to Singletary, I think that the best thing for him is having Frank Gore there because who better to study the game from than Frank Gore, and I think he'll be able to eventually take the lead on that, and they'll continue to get better. But they do have to get a tight end because that's going to be Rosen's security blanket. That tight end, where it's just like, all right, I need a big 6'5", 6'6" dude. I could just hit him with one of those real quick and just let him do all the work. And as long as I don't turn over the ball, we could be successful.
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, last year was worse. He didn't have anything, and then they brought in Beasley and brought in John Brown. But I mean, that's one step. But they need, like you said, more elite wide receivers.
Even with Beasley, he's hit or miss.
He's hit definitely.
He can get the receptions, but he's not a guy that's going to get into the end zone.
Right. That's
the problem with Beasley. I know he had a big game this past week, but that's the homecoming. Playing against a former team. He want to show out, so now he gonna have the best game of his daggone career against his former team. But I think that get him a little bit more help. They have the defense, and the good thing about the Bills is they're a young team.
Yeah.
So they've got time. Give them 2 years. Let them work the draft and try to bring somebody over in free agency or maybe a trade or whatever. They'll be good because I mean, listen, Tom Brady can't play as much as he's trying to. He can't play forever.
Right.
They're gonna have to move over at some point.
You think if that Antonio Brown trade would have happened to Buffalo, you think that would have been good or bad for us?
If they would have got
Antonio Brown. Remember there was still, I don't know if that
there was talk
about him.
Well,
and he said fake news or whatever.
Well, no, before the Oakland trade actually, there was talk that Buffalo had a deal on the table, and there's been rumors that Antonio and his group kind of said, I'm not even reporting if you trade me there. So there's no need to even send me there. I'm be honest, I don't think it would have been a good thing just because his personality is so dominant. Aside from everything else that's happened afterwards, his personality being so dominant, you don't know what type of effect that would have had on that young locker room.
Yeah, right.
Because there are guys in that locker room. There are guys in that locker room who looked up to Antonio Brown. So if he came in there with that personality the way he did in Oakland, you might have had guys who felt like, you know what, you're right. I ain't really got to stick to the script here. I'm going to do my own thing.
It could work with the Patriots because you're not coming in there. That everybody know whose team that is.
Right. Yeah.
So you can't. You know what I'm saying? But
it's too many leaders in that New England locker room for that to even happen.
Yeah.
And we saw it was already starting to happen in Oakland, and Oakland kind of nipped it in the bud and was like, "Nah, we can't let it." And they've had a decent season. They probably exceeded all of our expectations.
Yeah.
But they kind of saw it.
Jacob's been running.
Right.
Everything.
They saw it too. Like
with a shoulder injury.
This guy ain't practicing. He's standing in the back of the meeting rooms. He's not really engaged. The last thing we need is him now getting in the quarterback's head like, you know what, I'm open all the time. Just throw it this way.
And
don't look over there.
As a young quarterback, that's the last thing that you need is Antonio Brown getting into his head. And then when he doesn't get those passes, or because again, like you mentioned, he's not the most accurate of quarterbacks.
Right.
Now we're gonna have even more drama on the team. So the best thing for them was to not have Antonio Brown over. And then on top of that, look, he's not even in the league right now playing.
Right.
So you would have put that trade together, gave up whatever you gave up, and you don't even have him no more.
Right.
So, it is what it is. But they do have a game coming up against the number one team right now in football.
Yeah. They are the top team in football.
Those Baltimore Ravens, led by my main man, Lamar Jackson. Maybe an MVP this season if he keeps up what's going on.
Maybe.
I don't want to just throw it out there. Just y'all just has my biasness that's leading me to say that. But he's the clear cut favorite right now for MVP. An amazing season right now from Baltimore. I didn't even expect them to be doing what they were doing at this point right now in the season. But Lamar Jackson's just been amazing. The defense has been clicking. The Marcus Peters trade, oh my goodness. And they already had one of the top secondaries in football before bringing over Marcus Peters. And, I mean, the wins, I mean, the Patriots, the Texans, the Seahawks, all of the
49ers.
The 49ers.
Right.
They beat the two number one, the two top teams
And
in football.
they
They
demolished the Rams.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even count the Rams no more. They're
No,
horrible
I know,
this
but
season.
I mean, to the point, like you said, Marcus
on the
Peters,
road.
right? When they got Marcus Peters, my immediate feeling was this is a trade purely for the Patriots, because we've seen in the past the way to beat the Patriots is to be able to play man-to-man coverage, beat up the receivers, and allow your pass rush to get there. And with him, with Jimmy Smith, with Earl Thomas, it's very tough to pass on that defense now.
Yeah.
And we saw how they handled the Patriots. We saw how they just beat up the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Peters is making a huge difference for that team.
Yeah.
If they hold on to home field, we know Baltimore's already a tough place to play. They're going to be, forget a tough out, they're going to be almost unbeatable in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If healthy, with the way they can do all those things on offense and then the way they can bring pressure on defense.
The number one and the number two defense in football could not do anything with Lamar Jackson. That's it. It's like if you got to go through Baltimore. I know I said it. Again, Tom Brady is Tom Brady. In the playoffs, magic just always seems to happen with him. But that's magic going through Foxborough. You take them out of Foxborough and they gotta go on the road to play in Baltimore. I gotta take Baltimore in that game.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, I don't see a team that can really beat them if they're healthy. I thought the Niners tried to put a blueprint together. They were very physical with Lamar. They took a lot of penalties in that game for hitting them out of bounds and kind of trying to rough them up. They were able to run the ball a little bit. They showed a patience against the Ravens defense that you have to show. You're not going to get the big plays down the field. Right. You got to be ready to go 12, 15 plays down the field to score. But, I mean, if you look down the list of teams in the AFC, what team can really do that?
What do you think about Kansas City? Think Kansas City can run for their money?
No.
Nah.
They don't have the defense.
Yeah.
I think
they're the opposite of what Buffalo is.
their
own offense, no defense.
Yeah, I think so. The Ravens played them very close last year, and again a close game this year. And I think those were growing experiences for that Ravens team. And both those times that was in Kansas City. Now they would get Kansas City and Baltimore. And like I said, the way they're able to run the ball, we all know that's the key to beating Kansas City. Keep their keep their offense on the sidelines. You can run the ball. They can do that all day on Kansas City.
Yeah.
And if they get up 10 points, 13 points, then it becomes a long day now. They don't have to commit too many blitzes to get to Patrick Mahomes. They can sit back in coverage, go man across the board with two safeties over the top, and say, all right, try to find a way to beat us now, because we can get to you with just 4 or 5 pass rushes. We don't have to commit extra guys to you.
Right.
So I think they're going to be very tough, man. Very tough.
They got younger. Baltimore got younger. You think like, Suggs is out, Eric Whittle is out, and they got younger, and everyone has stepped up and played great football on both sides of the football. Mark Ingram came in to run. They got 3 guys that can put up 100 yards rushing on you any given Sunday.
And if the game is close, they got one of the best kickers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
About that.
You know what I'm saying? So
in football, and we see how important that is in New England right now. That they don't have their kicker. They've been looking shaky. As soon as Gostkowski went down, they have been looking shaky ever since. And I feel like they got a new kicker every week trying about it, and it's just not working. So,
but in regards to Lamar, there's another story that's going on this week. That took place after the 49er game, and it's kind of overshadowing the 49er game. Tim Ryan, who is I think he does play-by-play for them, but he also hosts a podcast for the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm paraphrasing. He made the comment that Lamar Jackson is so great at the play-action pass because his skin is dark. So because his skin is so dark, it blends in with the ball and makes it tough for you to know whether they're running the ball, whether they're passing the ball. Trip, you want to go first, or should I go first? I mean, because I love calling people clowns, and he's a clown.
Yeah, I don't even understand. The thing, sometimes people open their mouth to say things, and I really just don't understand. How could you just open your in 2019, you gonna really open your mouth and say some dumb? Oh my goodness, I don't understand it. I will never understand it. Even if that's how you feel, some things you just got to keep your mouth closed and don't say out loud. That's one of them things where you like, damn, I said that out loud. Yes, you fool, you said that out loud. Like, are you crazy? Like, go ahead. I can't even fathom this.
Listen, we you know, in discussing this topic, the first thing I want to say is, like, don't try to hide your racism in an analytical way to make it seem like the play action pass is so good because his skin is dark. You're trying to disguise the closet racism as if you're describing a football terminology that only you would know. Like, oh, this is why it works.
But what about the other quarterbacks that are good at
right? So you beat me to the punch. You beat me to the punch, right? Tim Ryan played in the NFL for 4 years, so he's gone up against all types of quarterbacks, right? Aaron Rodgers is one of the best at play action pass. How dark is his skin? Tom Brady is one of the best quarterbacks at play action pass. How dark is his skin?
Those dudes probably down with the brothers. You know, you got the commercial with Patrick Mahomes, now Aaron Rodgers, and then Tom Too Cool.
Come on. And then to try to he tried to backtrack on the statements. He's been suspended from his show. There's been talks that he may even get fired. You know, he tried to backpedal off the comments and say, "Oh, you know, I apologize for using the wrong terminology and wording because I was trying to explain the game."
I don't understand.
You weren't explaining the game, bro.
Yeah, that what like that? What are you talking about? No, you got caught. You said something stupid.
Don't try to diminish how great Lamar Jackson is as a quarterback and make it seem like he's deceiving the defense because he's dark. That come on.
I don't
like
know.
How
like,
ignorant do you sound?
Because again,
come on.
What about the quarterbacks that aren't dark skinned
right.
that are really good at getting off the play action path? Like, you don't even make sense with what you're saying. So I don't know, man. But you know what? Get him out of there.
Get him out of there. I want to say
Pack
this too. This is a discussion we haven't been able to have just because of the timing. It hasn't fallen well. But tonight, one of these quarterbacks is playing, so I think we need to highlight it. For the past about 5 weeks, the top 5 rated quarterbacks in the NFL are all black. Mm-hmm. And for as long as people have tried to diminish the talents of black quarterbacks and try to make it seem like they can't play the game, they're not intelligent enough, they don't make the right reads, we're seeing a changing of the guard now where you can no longer deny it, right? Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson are the top 5 rated quarterbacks in the league. So I guess the play action pass is going to get a lot stronger now moving forward, right? Based on Tim Ryan's analogy and his analytics, it's going to get a lot stronger now. It's an ignorant comment. He's a clown, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. First of all, shout out to the brothers, man, holding it down at the quarterback position.
Give
I know how I feel about that, man.
You
know how I feel about that. Shout out to them, man. You know, I got to go back in time. Shout out to guys like Doug Williams. You know, first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson, who's one of those top 5 right now. Another black quarterback, you know, to win a Super Bowl. You know, it just gives me great pleasure just to talk about these brothers and, you know, at the quarterback position, because like you said, Eric, they said we couldn't play that position. We were not intelligent enough to play that position. We didn't have the smarts. We didn't have the smarts to play that position.
And I apologize. I got to correct myself. It's still going on. I shouldn't even say for a long time. It's still going on because there were some people up until 2 years ago who thought Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too. Yeah.
There were some people who thought he should be a wide receiver.
Yes. And we're not talking about just the average Joe off the street. We're talking about high NFL
scouts,
yes,
general managers
saying that he should not be playing this position. They wanted him to play. You know, that's the go-to play wide receiver.
There's a general manager in Chicago who actually drafted Mitch Trubisky before Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Well, he's a fool. Because they traded up to get Trubisky, and we see how that worked out.
I'm just saying, like
we see how that worked out.
I mean, Deshaun had only played him back-to-back national championships.
Does that guy still have a job?
For now.
For
now.
I was
Ryan Pace.
Yeah,
you got to put a name on it, Ryan Pace. Yeah. We're going to put a name on it, you know.
I was going to say, isn't it crazy how Lamar Jackson was drafted at the end of the draft, and everyone was talking about Sam Darnold and all those other quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield.
Baker.
And he's the best one out of the group that was drafted that year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah.
easily. I mean, same like I said, Trubisky. We don't even know how much longer he's gonna have a job.
Yeah.
But he somehow went before Mahomes.
If they
and
had a
Watson.
good backup, he'd have been benched already.
Yeah. And they moved up one spot to get him to.
They moved up. Idiotically moved up
Yeah.
one spot.
One spot.
Because the Niners weren't going to draft him at number
know.
2 anyway.
Yeah, somebody dropped the ball on that one.
You know.
So okay.
Anybody getting general manager jobs now.
Yeah, so somebody dropped the ball on that one. I can't call it. There's one black quarterback that still does not have a job. However, one of the receivers that came out to help him show off his talents at his workout, the one that he switched up in the last 30 minutes before it was supposed to go down. But at least somebody got a job out of that that situation.
Yeah, I mean, we got into it 2 weeks ago. I'm still torn about it, man, because I truly want Cap to get a fair shot, but I also think he overplayed his hand by trying to maneuver the way he did at that time. His people say there have been teams that have still called and have shown interest. We'll see what happens.
Where they at?
Well, I mean, honestly, at this point, I wouldn't want him to get signed anyway. I want him to get a full training camp and get a fair shot. You bring him in now. I'm going to stand on the same comments I've made for months and years now. You bring him in now, he's not going to learn the playbook fast enough.
Yeah.
And it becomes the token signing of, we brought him in. Oh, we gave him a shot. I didn't really work out. Let's cut him now.
Right.
Bring him in during the offseason. Let him learn the playbook. Let him get a chance to bond with his teammates. And then you really see what he has. You bring him in now. It's 4 weeks left in the season. What can he really contribute?
Yeah. Listen, man. We're gonna have to wait and see. We've been waiting and see. It was 3 years
3
now.
years and counting.
So what's another couple of months? We're gonna have to wait and see if Cap gonna get a job. If not, I don't know. I can't call it at this point. Listen. At least he actually has spoken on the situation, because for a long time, we were hearing everybody else speaking around Kaepernick and about him and for him, but not actually hearing him speaking up for himself. So at least we got that. But we gonna have to start this game of musical chairs, because we got a whole lot of guests in the building.
It's a busy night.
We got the good folks at Babydunk USA in the building, and they got some really dope stuff going on with the youth, with our kids, and hooping. And y'all know how we feel about basketball, and 2 about the youth. We love the youth, we love the kids, and we always try to support the kids and whatever they're doing. But while we get ready to bring them out to the set, we got the Real Fans Real Talk 2K tournament. We had the youth tournament. It went down last week, the first round, and now we are officially getting ready for December 15th, which is the adult tournament. It's gonna go down at OS NYC. That's downtown Manhattan on 50 Bowery Street. If you got some skills, man, you might want to sign up. Hit the website. We got a 3-time champion back to back that has won the Real Fans Real Talk tournament, but now, since he's been winning so much, the number 1 ranked player in New York City decided that he wanted to get some parts in the Real Fans Real Talk 2K tournament. So he's gonna be coming out to play. He was on the show a couple of weeks ago with us, and since then, him and our champ have been going back and forth on Instagram. So we decided that we were gonna set up a little face-off for them next week, just to get ready for the first round of the tournament. Again, that's going to be December 15th, 1 o'clock at OS NYC. This is one of the dopest gaming centers I've seen, period. So it's going to go down there. It's $50 to sign up. Every person that registers gets a ticket to a Brooklyn Nets game. And, of course, the final 2 will play at the Barclays Center for $500 cash and a couple of other prizes that we are giving out. Big shout out to everybody that's sponsoring the event. Kmart, they welcomed us into the store for the youth, and they're actually gonna have some guys come out and talk to us. They got the big boss, the top person in Kmart, flying out just to come and meet up with us, because they love what we're doing with the tournament. And then, of course, shout out to Petro Home Services. Man, anybody, you got heating, you got AC, you got
air conditioning,
whatever you need, they got it.
Saying you need a new boiler, you need to hit them up, man. They're gonna take care of you, man, and let them know Real Fans Real Talk sent you. In regards to the 2K tournament, the talk has been getting very spicy.
It has.
In the comments, man. Twin, who's a 3-time champ, He felt a certain type of way about Ricky Muffin coming up here and talking real crazy.
Oh,
The name alone is crazy.
Yeah,
The
but he feel like
name-
this is his platform. He won 3 years in a
Right.
row. This is his. You know what I'm saying? We signed him. You know?
Ricky was yelling out, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then Ricky played in the tournament this week and won another 2K tournament.
Yeah,
He got like
so-
about 13 titles under his belt now.
Exactly. So, but you listen, man. We
That
out
don't
here.
mean nothing if it ain't the real fans real talk. It ain't
The real tournament starts on December 15th, and again the finals will be played at the Barclays Center. But let's not forget, while we doing this, we are raising money for Family on 3. Big shout out to Anthony Mason Jr. and Vance. Every year for the past couple of years, we use the funds that we raise at the 2K tournament to go on our holiday giveaway tour at several different hospitals throughout the city. We did Kings County Hospital in Brooklyn. We did Montefiore in the Bronx, and we had big shout out to Kmart again, because they hooked us up with so many extra toys. We actually were able to add on a family shelter in Brooklyn, so we actually added a stop on the Christmas giveaway tour. And of course, you know, that's one of the things that we love. That's the highlight of our years, is being able to go to the hospital and just visit those kids that, you know, they won't be able to make it home for Christmas, but we're able to come in. We have Santa Claus with us, and who don't like gifts?
Right. And as they prepping the back, we gotta get some more thoughts with Nestar as well, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, this a big game coming up for y'all, Nestar. Tell me a little. How did you become a Buffalo Bills fan? I know you said you lived out there for a little bit.
Yeah, I lived out there. They were the home team, and I just stuck with them.
So this was Jim Kelly days.
Jim Kelly days, yeah. Jim
Thurman
Kelly days,
Thomas,
Thurman
all on?
Thomas, yeah.
So them 4 years
I would
must have
say
been
it's
tough.
probably not the
Yeah.
Giants Super Bowl, not the first one, but I said more the Dallas Cowboys Super
So
Bowl.
the
That's
last
when it really
two
hurt
towards
you.
that.
Yeah, so not the first two with the Cowboys, not with the Giants and the Redskins, but the last two with the Cowboys. Yeah.
Right, the last two.
Last two, yeah.
So
1994.
so how crazy did it get? I should say, when the Music City Miracle happened.
It got really crazy.
Because I could imagine there was some remotes being broken in the house. A TV might have been broken in the house.
Yeah, it got not too crazy, but I was disappointed with that game, the Musical City. Yeah.
Who's your favorite Buffalo Bill?
Wow, of all time?
All time,
right now.
since the time you've been following him. So that doesn't.
Eric Moulds.
Ooh, wide receiver Eric Moulds.
Eric Moulds, yeah, over
All right.
Andre Reed, but I like Eric Moulds.
Okay.
Andre Reed, that's my guy.
Eric
right
Moulds,
there.
Doug Flutie. Yeah, but basically those guys. Yeah.
What were your thoughts when T.O. was there?
I was happy at the time because I thought he could contribute.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out. I was happy. I was one of the Buffalo Bills
That's
fans. I was
probably why
happy
they
about
didn't go through with the Antonio Brown.
They thought
trade.
they
had
said, man,
flashbacks in T.O.
Man,
We
seen
always
this.
had a
I was like,
decent
yeah.
defense throughout the years. We just haven't had a good offense. We was trying to replace Jim Kelly for years. We've always had good running backs: McGahee, Henry, Travis Henry.
Right. Beast.
We had Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
At one point, we
Before
had
Seattle,
Lynch.
yeah.
We had Lynch. We had C.J. Spiller, and we had
CJ Spiller was great, but he just couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah.
That was his problem.
and we had Jackson. We had three-headed monster. at one
Fred
point.
Jackson. I
Yeah,
remember. I like
so-
Fred Jackson. Fred Jackson was good too, man.
Yeah.
Who was your most disappointing Buffalo Bill? Like somebody you thought was like they really gonna come in and make noise.
Aaron Mabin. He's supposed to be that
DN?
DN, yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Bust Mabin, they called him. He's supposed to be the next Bruce Smith, but he never panned out. So
Really quick while we waiting in the back, Emerald was on vacation from us. She left us for, she wanted to go out to Philly and whatnot. And sometimes she do this stuff and she don't hit up me and Eric until the last minute, right? So she want to go and think she's supposed to go sit courtside at the 76ers game. Without us, she want to be hobnobbing with Michael Blackson out there, the owner of the 76ers and all type of stuff. So sometimes that's why we had to put her on timeout. We can't let her start the show today because we were so upset that she called us, at 5 seconds before she got to the game, like, oh, I got extra seats for y'all. Y'all trying to come? No, Emma, how are we supposed to get to Philly in 5 seconds that you just called us?
I'm upset because
at the
she
game.
hanging out with Michael Rubin. And you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, you could have at least put in the word and try to get me a 10-day contract or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could probably knock down a corner three. At least one. I think I could get one corner three.
Yeah, could you pull a picture up? Could you just pull a picture up on the screen for us? Could you pull that up and show? Look at this. Come on, this don't even make no sense. Leave it alone. And I want you to hold it up on the scene while we get Emerald to come up, and we gonna bring our other guests out on the set as well. But I need y'all to look at this picture and see what's going on. Like, who? I don't know who she thinks she is, but it don't make no sense what's going on right now. Okay, you got to stop doing this. You cannot call us 5 seconds before you get to the game, and then you try to tell us, oh well, yeah, my bad guys. I'm sorry I hit y'all late, and and I couldn't make it, but it's all good because you know what, man, we're gonna have to hit up the boardroom.
Oh, we going back. We gonna figure it out. We got to go back. I mean, the product on the court ain't the greatest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the struggle we going with right now. We ain't really got the top-notch talent out there, but we gonna have to figure it out, man. And I'm glad we didn't get into that tonight because I know how much you love roasting my team, man. But we gonna figure it out. They losing tonight. They're losing big tonight against Denver at home. Looks like another tough and embarrassing home loss. And I don't know what we're going to do about Fizdale, man. Fizdale looks like his job is on the hot seat. He may be out of a job very soon. General manager and president look like they're trying to save their own butts to keep their job. Ultimately, the Knicks are looking like they're having another bad, struggling season, man. This is going to be another lottery-laden season, trying to figure out who's going to come in next. Who can actually coach this team? Do we take a shot on Mark Jackson? Do we go with a young, inexperienced coach to kind of figure it out? Do we need to make wholesale changes to the roster in general? You know what I'm saying? I don't know really what we should do as a Knicks fan. I hate to have to go through this again, man. You know what I'm saying? But another tough loss tonight, and I really thought this season was going to be about our young guys. I thought this was going to be about us developing some young talent. I thought this was going to be about us really bringing in this youth movement of RJ, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson. Looks like, we wasted a lot of time with Julius Randle, Marcus Morris, Wayne Ellington. It's a wasted season, bro. 4-17, and they're about to lose again tonight. Meanwhile, M is hanging out courtside watching the championship caliber team.
Oh, I can't.
I mean, I just wanted a 10-day contract. I think I'm good for like 1 corner 3 a game, but it is what it is. You ready to get into that, M? You out here living your best life. You courtside. Did you try to trip a referee at least once?
Listen, I was ready for them to sub me in because I still got it.
I seen you almost pulled the Melo like Melo did last year in the Barclays. I seen a loose ball came your way and you kind of
did, but Michael picked it up.
You grabbed. I was ready for you to pump fake on it, but. You was playing games out there. You on the floor. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. No, listen. First of all, y'all are gassing it. Shout out to Mike Rubin. He held it down with the seats for sure. Michael Blackson, really good friend. It was dope. Dope experience seeing the game from courtside for sure because it's like you right there. Shout out to Tobias Harris. I grew up with him in Long Island, so to see him out there on the court when I used to go to a speed training class with him, so that was pretty. Exciting to see that. So it was a great game. So next time I got y'all.
Thanks. Okay, you know what? This is why we deal with you the way we deal with you, M. Okay, because that was just OD what you did right there. But you know what? It's all good. We got friends too. We got celebrity friends too that we hang out with. From time to time. I don't like to say it, out loud like that. But I got celebrity friends right here on the set with us right now. My people's over from Babydunk. These are my celeb friends, and they work with the kids. So now, what you got to say about that?
I can't. Listen.
All right? Listen, welcome to the show, fellas. We moving and grooving. We're gonna get everybody situated in just a second. But I'm gonna start right here since you're already set and ready to go. Introduce yourself to the family at home.
Hey, my name is Jesse Brown, but I'm known as the stepfather of Babydunk. You know what I'm saying? I do the announcing and all that, so I give the kids names. So I call myself the stepfather. Pretty cool,
That's dope.
Nice. And then really quick, because while they getting you guys set up in the back, just give us a little bit of background on Babydunks and how the whole thing came about.
I mean, it's a youth league. It's like we created it to where kids be able to live out their dream to where instead of shooting on a high hoop, we made it where it's bitty courts. And they could dunk and display their talent like if they, the big kids, what I'm saying?
And what are the ages?
It's 16 and under and then 12 and under.
It go all the way down to.
Yeah, little. We done had tiny little boss babies.
And
But
you can't play in this league. It's for the little kids.
It's for the kids.
Oh
huh?
my!
You're already taller than all
They're
of
not
us
always trying to get on the
kids.
court.
no,
Go ahead.
right? By him saying that, every time we do an event, it's always a grown man somewhere grab the ball and looking at that rim like
believe
it's my
it.
time to dunk.
Yeah.
Oh, best believe when I come down to check it out live in person, I will be that grown man
old man.
on the court. No, because I look for moments like that. I'm coming to get mine.
Let me show the youngins how to do
Someone
it.
trying to dunk on a kid. You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
will. I'm one of those dudes. I don't care if you 5'4", 2", what. You try to shoot over me, I'm swatting that out. You know, I'm sending that to the second row. I'm
He's
that type
dunking,
of
he's
dude.
dunking on the kids and then hyping the story later on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How he came through the lane on
Exactly.
3
Right, right.
The legend,
It's like
the legend
three
of
little
Trip.
people,
Right,
like,
the legend of
boy,
Trip
bye.
Young, man. I'm out here. I don't care.
can't.
What were the origins of the idea of Baby Dunks? When did it first start? Like when you guys said, "Yo, we should put this together and make something out of this."
Introduce yourself first.
Right.
Oh yeah. I'm Jerry Brown. I'm the founder of Babydunk, like the brain behind the whole thing. But where it came from like a dream from us. This is like my partner, my best friend for like over 20 years. It came from us playing on biddies all night. And then this my older brother. And then he used to take me to the Rucker like since 4 years old. I think I played in the Rucker when I was at 5. Mm-hmm. So that street ball, that feel of, you know, skip to my Lou, the crowd, like I was raised on that. So when we was doing the biddies and we just dunking on one biddy, it was like, nah, we need a tournament. We need jerseys for us. We wanted that and nobody did it for us. So when we got of age, it was like the opportunity is like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And over here, introduce yourself.
My name is Jeffrey Emiliano. I'm the co-founder. Like he said, like we was just like playing in one court, and you know we was just like, yo, let's get a tournament feel for this, and so it was just like we sat down once. We was just sitting down and we was talking about it like when we was kids. We were reminiscing pretty much, and talking about the whole idea. Like, yo, you remember when we used to play behind our school? And we was just like, yo, let's turn it into a tournament, like jerseys, DJ, announcer, like let's do it. So then we found out the courts that we needed. They're called backboard adapters. And what they do is they hook onto the existing rim, which is 10 feet, and we able to adjust them to 8, 7. So we give the kids like the opportunity to be who you want to be. You want to be LeBron, you want to be KD. Like we turn you into that.
So basically, what you're saying is, I still got a shot at making it to
Definitely,
the league.
definitely.
If I play on one of those.
Oh, you be the nicest one in the league,
bro.
Oh, come on,
They ain't got that
man.
age
I'm
group,
sorry.
bro.
I thought I was
Playing
gonna
with
have
the
a
little
chance.
kids.
Yeah. All right. Well, how many kids y'all got right now in the league?
Oh, so what we basically do, we just go around like to the inner city, like we just Brooklyn, Bronx, New York. It's like whatever kids that want to play, we let them play. It's not like a set. We have teams already. And it's like basic. We do like showcases because we basically like new. So and what we do is different. So it's like we gotta basically like get ourselves out there. Like basically like a sample. Like we go in the community, we do our events, and then the kids follow us on the page, and then we do another event, and then those kids that played, they hitting us from there, and it's just like a
So kind of like a pop-up shop for basketball games for kids.
there you go.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
So just because we want everybody to get a taste of it, because if we like this past summer we were just in Dykeman. That was our first like real tournament, and it was cool. You know, we getting the same kids, the same team, the coaches. But what we do, we going to the projects. You ain't never seen those kids. You know what I'm saying? They not on the AAU circuit. It's not. We going to see that diamond in the rough because we coming to you. So all you gotta do is just come downstairs. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like calculated, but our followers, we got like 16,000 followers, like all organic, like. So it's I don't want to say, you know, like.
I got you.
Yeah. I think it's amazing because I know, you know, I played basketball growing up, and AAU circuit and market is expensive.
Yes,
You're
absolutely.
traveling, and I remember just I'm one of 6 kids, and we all played ball, and like just trying to be on multiple teams, and this is your livelihood when you're young. So that I commend you guys for giving these kids outlets, because especially in inner city, to have organized basketball too. A lot of people don't really play organized ball when they're young. So you play street ball, then you get into an organized team, and it's hard to adapt, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So even that transition is something that you guys are making seamless because of what you're doing. So that's just super dope.
When is the next event?
Well, I mean, this time last year, we was on tour. We was in Cali, you know what I'm saying? Because we really, we get the drive, like he said, to go other places. You get the different kind of reaction. You get the kid who, think he gangster, and now he want to play because he see the excitement, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think we're doing a media day soon.
Yeah.
We're trying to do with all the media outlets that have been showing us love. Like we do a event for them and have them get a team, something like that.
Promote their brand, get your logo on the shirt. We give you the kids.
Nice.
So it's just like a appreciation type of thing.
And then All-Star Weekend, probably we're going to have something big. Because last year we was with Puma.
Okay.
We was in North Charlotte. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Puma House. They did it up for us, Babydunk Puma. So we looking to do something real big this year, too.
Yeah, we in talks.
Now, so right now, like you said, 'cause there's no set teams. Do you plan on setting up that way at some point?
Oh,
where it's structured teams coming into the tournament.
That's the dream, a baby NBA. You know what I'm saying?
We'd rather be state to state. Okay. We wanted Babydunk LA, Babydunk Charlotte, Babydunk Atlanta, and then it turns into just the Atlanta
league,
whatever. League of its own,
You know what I'm saying? So it just. That's like you said. That's the dream of it. That's what we want. Not a street ball. Everybody has that. Everybody, it's like a street ball tournament. Blink your eyes. It's
there's something new coming out.
Right.
I mean, I don't think it's nothing like this though.
No. Not nothing like this. Nothing like this.
What's the response? Like you mentioned, some of the you see grown men every now and then want to grab a ball, get a shot, get a dunk. What's the response from the adults that see this?
You get the the whack. They must have been whack. Talking about, why you gotta lower the rim? You never wanted to dunk. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody dreamed to dunk.
Everybody wanted to. Who
wanted to dunk? And when we was kids, if you seen a biddy, you played on that to the night time.
Like we did.
So but then you got the guys, like I said, the haters who already. Couple of coaches think we messing up their game, but we actually giving them the courage to go to the confidence to drive to the hole.
Yeah.
We've watched, because we've been doing it for 5 years now, going on 6. So we done seen kids go from can't even lay it up to doing windmills. We because we
and then go to his height, to his game, his school game, and he got he the man because we posted him on the gram. He done got 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
He using the same name I gave him. They in school getting called their name. It's crazy. So they feel already
got that little celebrity status.
Yeah, that's what we giving them. And like you said,
confidence is something special.
It's everything. Right. As an athlete too, when you part of your game is your mindset.
Absolutely.
And you're scared to do things, and then so if you start that young, it's gonna carry. It's gonna continue to go with you as the rim gets higher.
Yes.
So that's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
Nah, that's crazy to see.
We coming out.
Yeah, we definitely coming out. Check one out.
I gotta come out.
The last big one was Zion.
Yeah, we just did Zion with Jordan Brand.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Have other players reached out to you guys to kind of come out?
Keep it real.
Donovan Mitchell. We had people hit us up and like other NBA
So the
players.
support is there then. So,
Snoop reposted us one time. Tag LeBron. People see it, you know what I'm saying? But we had Shaq's daughter been in it.
Yeah, we had Shaq's daughter
Cali,
in LA.
she dunked and all that. We had her in it. So it's
we grinding it out. That's what
we on the come up. So within 5 years, we seen a few people.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But we still waiting on that big.
And we gonna speak another 5, 10, 15
Talk
years
about it.
on it into existence, and when y'all come back on the next one,
we gonna be ready.
It's gonna be crazy.
We gonna have some stuff.
But I'm gonna need my jersey. Get my jersey ready now.
Yeah,
when I come out, I need that jersey.
Yeah, sure. They ain't got no free agent waiver wire.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Just because Melo came back, you can't come back.
Everybody got a dream, man. Everybody can come back.
Let it go, boo. I'm sorry.
We go. Don't worry.
Hey, stick to that bowling.
Yeah.
You know what? All right. Listen, hold on. Let me tell y'all right now, because it's
No, it's true.
And we got H2O in the building. Shout out to H2O. Bowling for Peace. The bowling event is going down on December 15th as well. So we actually going to go from the 2K tournament at OSNYC straight down to the bowling tournament. And I'm gonna come out of retirement. We had her on a couple of weeks. They didn't believe my bowling skills, that I was on the bowling team in high school. And, me being the player that I am, I had the receipt, so I had to come up. I went in and got the trophies and all that with my name. I showed them I have a name on the trophies.
Wrong, dude.
And I posted it up,
First of all, he got mad, you know what I'm saying, because we called him out on his bowling. I don't know no high school that had a bowling team, but
I'm out here though, baby. Out here.
That's first. And then second,
I live in Long Island. We don't even have that shit.
Second,
you suburban. They don't have that suburban.
He woke up early the next day. Went to his storage unit.
I did.
Found an old trophy in the jug.
It was all wobbly. I had to put it together, make it look good. For the picture, but it was there.
Trophy ain't even had a bowling ball in the hand. In the storage. It was an empty hand. Just
that was his name on there. But my name was on there. My name was on there.
Yes.
I did.
The nameplate is.
You know you can switch.
It's in question right now.
He's good with the computer.
Don't have me go to the tennis trophy. I got tennis trophies too. I'm telling y'all down me on the bowling. I pulled up the receipts.
Tennis trophy.
Don't have me
you was going to, bro.
I was at Philip Randolph in Harlem, man. You know what I'm saying? 135.
Look, you see my man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Harlem,
listen, I'm telling you, we out here. We practice on the city college courts, which was right there. You know, all right. You know what?
I'm going trying to get on the basketball court, and y'all was putting a net. Y'all was putting a Batman net up. Trying to take up the joint.
I'm going back to the storage unit this weekend.
We gonna have to post these pictures.
And I'm taking the pictures of the tennis trophy.
That's neither here nor there.
Right.
Listen, what y'all doing is great for the kids. It really is, and we really support it, man. You know what I'm saying? I got into coaching youth basketball for a couple years. It's a lot of hard work, so I commend you guys traveling city to city to do it. But just because Melo came back, we not releasing your workout tapes and trying to get you into the league.
I'm telling you right now, these are my celebrity friends, okay, from Babydunk. And if they let me get on the court,
we're going to make you a Babydunk mixtape.
Come on.
Let me ask you guys, how does it feel just in your heart to see the impact that you've had on these kids? Because this is year 5, correct? So you have some returning players that you've probably seen. In 5 years in a young person is a lot. That's someone being like 10 to 15 and 15 to 20. So how has that impacted you?
Is the reason why we do it. If we didn't have the love from the kids and seeing the reactions and seeing the results, we would have been stopped, because it's not about the adults. We don't get that. We don't, it's not about your do you accept it. We don't care if you don't like it. It's like the kids want to dunk. They at home like, please let me dunk on him. And so we gonna let you do that. So it's not
the parents love us. The parents is like, you guys, like the kids be home talking about it. And if some of the parents use it like for behavior, like you ain't gonna play in Babydunk, and they be like, Mom, please. You know what I'm saying? So we know we rocking them with that.
And we still basketball fans.
Absolutely.
Like,
we more into it.
Like if you go through the Instagram, you see him jumping on videos after a play. I done almost dropped my phone. Like it's crazy. Like we real fans.
Yeah, so it's real, man. Genuine.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I mean, even I'm 25, and I think about my AAU coaches when I was younger that like I talk to this day that impact me. So it's just I went to my coach's wedding recently.
Wow,
and that's crazy. Like that's how close. I call him for everything. So I'm sure you guys will be in these children's lives for a long time.
That's the plan.
That's
awesome.
the plan.
It's gonna be crazy because one of them young men that's coming through your program now.
Yep.
They're gonna be playing at a major D1 school.
We already got a couple. Juju, you know Juju, Marie, that's his name. He played for Putman right now. Like he was going crazy in the Summer Slam. He was on the whole top. He's like the top high school kid right now in New York.
Hold on, that was the kid. The name sound familiar. I think we saw him at Orchard Beach.
Had to.
Juju. I think he was in a dunk contest.
No, I don't think he could dunk like that. No.
Because there was a kid named Juju there.
There's a couple of Juju.
He's like 17, 18.
Probably, yeah. I think this is his first, like, second real year of high school.
But he's like,
Oh, he's in high school. All right, my fault. Yeah, this kid I was talking is a little older. All right.
No.
but we got Mr. Babydunk, where he went to college, right?
Yeah, they all, like,
We call him Mr. Babydunk. He played in our first year.
Wow.
He's throwing it off the bounce in college. Like, he's crazy now.
Wow.
And he played in Babydunk.
Wow.
So,
we got a couple of kids at St. Raymond's.
yep.
Like, there's a lot of, like, the top kids that really is balling out in New York right now. At least
Touch Babydunk.
half of them touch
Right.
Babydunk.
Right.
Wow.
You know, and that just shows us that we doing something right.
Definitely on the right
Absolutely.
path.
You know,
Yeah.
we building beasts. They really come like 4 years ago, New York basketball, street ball
Was horrible.
was hard, even NBA ball. But
That's another reason why we started this,
Damn.
because we go to Dykeman and we have our own section.
Right.
So we was going, and after a while we like, this is fun.
Yeah.
We gotta do something.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
another reason we bring in excitement.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that
Listen,
did it too.
Tell our viewers how they can support. What's the website, the Instagram, just everything. How to get in contact. Just let them know.
Well, you can follow us on Instagram at Babydunk USA, Facebook Babydunk, YouTube Babydunk, Twitter Babydunk,
Google.
Babydunk.
We out there.
Babydunk world, man. Yeah, just Google us. I couldn't wait to say that. Google us. It'll pop up.
Yes.
I love it.
Dope.
All right, well, listen, we are definitely gonna be out to support you guys at the next event.
Thanks.
I know we had a whole lot that we got to get to. You know, today it was a crazy show, but I do want to take a minute to shout out the family over at Live Mondays. They actually have a comedy show coming up this Saturday, and they got Jacob from Wildin' Out. They got Danny Deuces from Hustle in Brooklyn that's gonna be out there performing as well. We're gonna put the flyer up. There you go. That's the flyer right there for you guys at home. If you want to get your laugh on, y'all see what's going down right there. Just hit up our Live Mondays family. Shout out to Candace at Live Mondays, and you can get all the information if you want to get tickets. They got some funny cats on the bill for that show, and they got some musical performances as well. So definitely hit her up on the gram at Live Mondays, and you can get more information about the comedy show that's going down. And again, guys, I know we got to wrap it up from the live show. We're going to get a little bit of overtime in later, but we definitely appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Yeah,
and, of course, Nestar, definitely appreciate you coming out, talking a little bit of football with us. Make sure you guys check out the Hot Seat.
I'm a Bills fan. So
Check
I
out the
got
Hot
you.
Seat podcast with Nestar. He knows what he's talking about as far when it comes to the sports. So definitely check that out. And for myself, Trip Young, Emerald Marie, Legend in 2 Games, Babydunk family.
Dunk's in the building.
That's the Hot Seat podcast. And again, make sure y'all hit up Live Mondays to check out the comedy shows going down this Saturday, December 7th. We up out of here, man.
Peace.
Live from the camp.
Uh-huh. This is real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. We as real as you thought. Real fans, real talk. We the illest of course. Real fans, real talk. We the illest on court. Real fans, real talk. We as real as you thought. Real fans, real talk. Reporting live from the cam. High in demand, so please stand by if you can. What we got is worth a lot, so put a tie in your plans. On court, talking sports through the eyes of the fans. With Trip Young, Emerald Marie, Eric Sanchez. You heard what I said, we elite. Check the latest topics and stay ahead of the beat. Keep us in your topics and we ahead of the streets.
It's Johnny Floss, bringing a different type of blend. Backing up Misfit to make sure y'all tuned in. You gotta watch, this show is one of a kind. Updates on your TV screen from 8 to 9. For the older folks, or even if you younger, no matter what sport, this show, we got it covered. It's filmed live in the middle of BK, so ain't no better sports show to watch on Thursdays.
Real fans, real talk.